Welcome back, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This will be a review for the Fantastic Four First Steps movie. I seen it. I'm not gonna say how I seen it, but I seen it. Okay, because I did not want to be spoiled. So pretty much, I didn't have any high hopes for this movie. I really did not care. I'm not even gonna hold you because the original Fantastic Four still is in my heart. Chris Evans, I still loved him as Torch. I loved him. Michael B. Jordan, though his Torch was scary. I watched 2015 recently and I realized maybe I didn't watch this because I remembered nothing. All right. Jessica Alba, always my suit. But this suit, we don't get into it. And let me let you know right now. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Okay. If you don't want spoilers, doop, 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 doop. All right. Spoilers. So we start off with this movie. It opens up and pretty much apparently they've been trying for a baby. Reed and Sue, I don't know if they had been trying before they got powers or if they tried after they got powers and it wasn't working because, they are magical beings now. But she's finally pregnant and they're like, oh, snap. Okay. And then I was like, okay, now wait. I know this movie ain't about to be her fighting pregnant. Ain't no way. If you are pregnant, you better be on rest. Okay. Bed rest. Not even bed rest. Just don't be fighting monsters. Absolutely not. And if the people think I'm gonna be fighting monsters, they got nothing coming. So then the show comes and tell us how they got their powers, the little run through. I said, okay, I like it. Okay, this is different. We starting off with the baby. I thought it was gonna come in a lot later, but no, the beginning of it was baby. So I said, okay. So then they tell Johnny and Thing, but Thing recognizes he got baby senses. He was like, oh, you pregnant? Okay. And so then now we know Sue's pregnant. They all excited. I love the excitement. Now Reed, on the other hand, I liked this version of Reed. Okay. Everybody played their role really well. At first I didn't like Thing and them eyebrows. I thought his head was too small, but then he just grew on me. So I'm here for it. And I like bearded Thing. He was fantastic. So anyways, and I like Torch. I really like Torch. Let me tell y'all my highs of this movie. All right. Torch was fantastic. He wasn't stupid like they usually make him. He wasn't like dumb blind, just here for the looks, here to get these jokes off. He actually has some smarts and I'm here for that. Thing was great. Reed and Sue, I really liked them. Reed's thing was, if something's wrong with him, there's got to be something wrong with the baby. So he's all right, let me figure out what's going on with this baby. Because ain't no way we are magicians now. And now we're not going to have a magician baby. So he's trying to run all these tests, create all these things. Meanwhile, Herbie over here building the crib and Sue like, what you doing, sir? What you doing? And so then everything's going well. They're excited for the baby. Everybody's like, oh, baby. And then what happens? Then Silver Surfer comes. Silver Surfer comes and it's like, look, I'm here. Your world about to get took. I'm letting y'all know. Love on your loved ones. That's a word right there. Let me let y'all know. Love on your loved ones. Because tomorrow's never promised. But I'm letting you know your tomorrow's not promised because Galactus is coming and he gonna eat y'all. And that's it. Goodbye. And as he zooms out, everybody's like, whoa, what? Johnny said, you know what? Let me go try to talk to her real quick. So you ain't about to come on this planet and say, we about to get eaten. And nothing else. You just herald the ending. You herald us to be killed. Why did you choose us? So he goes up there. You try to talk to her. She looks him in his eyes and says, zoop, 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 in her language. And then, poof. And now Johnny falling down. It's like, oh, Jesus, Johnny. Sir, anybody was concerned about this. Everybody was like, oh, no, Galactus. And Johnny's like, look, she spoke to me. And they said, what you mean she spoke to you? How she spoke to you? What'd she say? I don't know. I don't know either, Johnny. That's why it's zoop, 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 zoop. And it's like, okay, so how did she say it? And he was like, she was kind. Now, I'm going to let you know, I didn't get kind. I kind of got threatening. I kind of got girl, bye. That's kind of what I got from what she said. But, different interpretations. And so then everybody's like, okay, yeah, shoot. We got to figure out this Galactus plan. Like, we need to get it together. And so Reed is like, okay, we going up there. The people coming to them like, y'all, what are we going to do? And they're like, what is we? We the ones who got figured out. So we as in the Fantastic Four is like, okay, we're gonna go up there. We're gonna come see about Galactus. Because you're not just about to come over here and say you're about to eat us. No, we're gonna stop this because, we're better than you. Let me let y'all know something. Right now. Okay, they better have been living fantastically. Let me say that. They better have. Even if I'm a genius or not, they better been living fantastically and not have to do anything else because I'm saving the world. Y'all want me to go to space? To space? So they go up to space to find Galactus because they about to put a stop to this. They find Silver Surfer. She's like, now why y'all come over here? Why you here? You're not supposed to be here. All right. You ain't supposed to be here. You supposed to be at your home, loving on your loved ones. They said, nah, we can't. He said, oh, well, Galactus will see you now. First, they seen another planet get destroyed. All right. I guess she had heralded one before them. I'm not sure. Then it was like a big machine ate him. He didn't just go, it was just, I don't know what happened. It like exploded. But anyway, let me let y'all know Galactus looked fire. When I first seen Galactus, I was nervous because I was like, he looked little. He's supposed to be big. I need to be scared. This Galactus, he just chilling, like he just sitting on in the galaxy, just chilling, like he made a throne of like debris and meteors. He chilling. He is like, y'all came to bargain with me, and they was like, or y'all came to give up or something. They was like, nah, we came to talk, and they was like, okay, now what you want to say? And he was like, before you say anything, I'm gonna let you know what you can do. If you want to save your world, give me that baby. They said, not this baby we prayed for. Not the precious baby. And he said, yes, give it to me because that baby is just like me and I need it. I need it right now. Now, what I got from that is he thought that baby could defeat him. I don't know too much about Franklin. I don't know too much about the Fantastic Kids because, again, I know nothing about this. People have been schooling me, but I don't know too much. I don't know if he can defeat him or not, but what I got from what he said and why he needs to eat him, usually the bad guys needs to defeat the other person because they could be powerful like them. That's usually what happens. So that's what I was assuming. Reed and Sue said, absolutely not. We're not giving you our baby. What? What is wrong with you? And he said, bet. Well, go stay on that planet. And I'm going to eat them then anyways. It don't even matter. So then the Fantastic Four leave. They're like, there's a problem here. What is we going to do? Because they seen how big Galactus was. I don't think they was ready for that. Okay. I don't know what monsters they fought. Mole Man, that man just don't bathe. Galactus, eater of worlds. I'm just saying. It's not the same. I would have got scared. So then Galactus said, girl, go get me that baby. I need it now. And then before they left, Galactus sped up the pregnancy. I said, I don't know how many months Sue was. All right. But she went from for whatever months to it's labor, you delivering this baby. Now, for me, I don't know if y'all have kids. I don't know if y'all had labor. Baby birthing is hard. In labor in the space. And this is her first one. She don't know what to do. I said, girl, I'm praying for you. So anyways, they running, Silver Surfer coming after them. And then, like, as they get on the jet, Ben is all zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going to get up out of here. Let me let you know. They told that girl, can you make the jet invisible? I said, y'all are asking so much of her. Her to even be in space right now while she's pregnant is a lot. Y'all want her to make it invisible between contractions? I said, y'all done lost your mind. Y'all lost your mind. Anyways, Silver Surfer touched into Sue. Went into her belly, like phased through. I thought she touched the baby. I said, not Franklin, not the baby. I said, did this make it more superpowered? Or just, did this do anything? No, I don't know. But then it went zoom, and then they sped off from her. But, so they're zooming around, trying to get rid of her. And then it looked like Silver Surfer died. I was confused. I'm like, what just happened? What just happened? I know for sure she wasn't dead. Ain't no way. I cannot be the messenger of Galactus and I died that easily. But it looked like she was exploded. She looked in pain. I don't know. Anyways, on to the next. They get away. And then, okay, this is what, if y'all seen Thunderbolts, spoiler. If y'all ever watching this, spoilers already. If y'all seen Thunderbolts, then y'all know that at the end, the Fantastic Four jet comes in. So at this point, after they leave Galactus and juke out Silver Surfer, they're trying to get back home. But what happens is they ain't got enough fuel. So if they ain't got enough fuel, so I'm like, okay, maybe they got enough fuel to like was it when they rocket through space to get to Earth 616? I said, wait a minute, this is maybe when they come. And no, it's not. It's not. I think they just stayed in space for a month. Either way, while they're trying to figure this out, Reed is holding on to her with his little elastic long arms and said, girl, you got to have to give birth. I mean, can't strap you down, but you need gravity to push. I said, that makes sense. I didn't even think about that. So then she's going through labor, her contractions here, contractions there. All of a sudden, now Ben done seeing her little coos, seeing a little cootie cat because she had to kick her pants off because the baby coming, and boop, here go Franklin. Just birthed in space. I said, Lord have mercy. Let me just let y'all know. You pregnant, you're already scared because it could be a super powerful baby. You go into space. Somebody say they want your baby and they'll save Earth. Then you give birth in space because he done sped up your pregnancy. I would be stressed. I'd be stressed. And that's exactly how she looked when she got back home. She looked stressed. And I said, yes, girl, because I would be stressed too. The best. And they get down there and immediately they want to have a press conference. That's where I'm like, y'all better wait. Let me shower. Let me get Earth food in me. All right. Let me, clearly, you see me with a baby. I didn't leave with a baby. I wasn't even supposed to have a baby. Give me a time. No. They immediately go to the press conference. They said, so, how'd you defeat Galactus? Reed was like, about that. They said, about that, we didn't. He asked for something, and the price was too large. They said, what's the price? They said, our baby. They said, that shock lasts all of 2 seconds. I don't even think I heard anybody deep breathe. They said, so did you give him the baby? It's like, clearly the baby's still with us. And they said, so, you gonna risk all of Earth for this one baby? I was like, at that point, I'm letting y'all know I would not have been a superhero anymore. I shouldn't even be a superhero now. I'd be anti-hero. All right, I'm gonna still save y'all, but y'all gonna have to come up with something. I knew at this moment, y'all ain't for me. Y'all ain't for me. Y'all immediately wanted me to give up the baby. Y'all didn't take no second chances or second guesses or second nothing. Y'all said, give that baby up. And it's like, wow. So you want me to risk my baby for y'all, my family for y'all. So then they was like, he said, we're gonna figure out something. So he over here figuring out something, blah, blah, blah. He's having trouble because it's like, what are we gonna do? He eats worlds. Y'all saw how big he was. Then Sue, they get in that press conference. Sue said, look, she pulled a Drake. I said, okay, Sue, big ups to you because that would not have been me. Sue said, I will not risk my family for Earth, but I will also not risk my Earth for family. I said, ooh, fantastic. And they was all like, after that, seeing that cute little baby, that baby cute. All right, the big old eyes. Also, that baby, it seems to have grown really fast. I don't know if that's because he sped him up or because he's a magic baby. He speeds up. I don't know, but that was a cute baby. All right, that was a cute little baby. They said, okay, bet we rooting for y'all. Fantastic Four. So then they came up with the plan to teleport the Earth away because he had already created this teleporter that moved eggs from one side of the room to the other. He said, okay, bet we can do this on a larger scale. Now, I don't know if this would have worked. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't know because that's a lot of moving pieces and then just the whole planet to somewhere else, and that place cannot sustain Earth possibly. I don't know if that would have worked. In the middle of this, Johnny was trying to figure out, all right, where I done heard this language from. Okay. And he had also talked to the lady again when they saw her, and she said the words again, and he bounced her original language to one of the ancient language. I don't know how he did this, but I like this side of Johnny. I said, okay. I was like, you know what? If Sue is smart, Johnny got to have some type of smarts in him too. Right? I don't know if that's canon or if he's just stupid blind and all of them. But I like that. I like he was trying to work on it. Now, did he have a crush on this girl? Yes. And I was just like, now, Johnny, come on now. She just silver. You ain't seen nothing. Okay? You ain't seen nothing. You might not like the body. But other than that, you ain't seen nothing. But he was all for it. So he created his own little plan. Read them, figure out the plan. They're creating these little portal things all over the world so it could just portal Earth to another universe. I said, this is not gonna work. So then in my head, I'm thinking again, okay, thunderbolts. This is how they get to Earth. In my head, this whole movie, I'm letting y'all know, I was trying to figure out how it was gonna relate to thunderbolts. Okay, I was trying to figure out how do we get to the ship coming to Thunderbolts world? How are they gonna be in Avengers Doomsday? That's all I was thinking about. So anyways, So I don't even know how they have. Oh, okay. This is how they realized how much time they had. Somehow the same signal they had before with the Herald, I guess they used that as well to see how far Jupiter, Galactus was. They could see he was passing Jupiter. All of this. Galactus, he on a mission, and that's the funniest thing to me. Let you know. So, anyways, comes down to it. It's time for them to portal the world. Of course, the first plan don't go well. Did it go well? It was. All right, they started making the shield. They was about to teleport them. You know what happens? Shoo. We thought she was dead. We didn't really think she was dead. But here comes Silver Surfer going through all the little portals. Said, not today. And I'm faster than you think. So it destroyed like half of them. I said, Jesus, this thing is fast. They said you thought. She probably was just in there in the world just watching y'all do these things. Just like, okay, bet I'm going to ruin it the day of. She could have did this any other day. She said, the day of, I'm ruining it. Ruining it. Okay, so she messed up all the portals. Torch said, not today. Johnny said, I got some for you. So he went out there, he smacked a little bit. She's like, what you doing? And so then he was leading her down a path, and like he hit a thing on his thing. All these televisions started playing the little song from her ancient world. And she was like, what is this? I don't know what her name was. Sarabo, Sarato, Saraman, Sauron. All right. But I don't know which one it was. But then they came to us point and said, this happened to your country. And you know what? I figure they're over here sending thank you, please. And then he talked to her in her language. It kind of sounded French. I said, okay, Johnny. I said, this is what I like to see. This character development. And she was like, how do you know this? And he said, I studied you, baby. I studied you. We here. They were sending thank you, please, and saying thank you for saving us. So he said, what I gathered is he tried to eat your world. And he said, bet, don't spare them. And then I will help you find others. And then that's how she became Silver Surfer. I said, that sounds about right to me. And so then he was like, but how many planets did you kill? Huh? How many worlds didn't make it like yours? I said, ooh, he hit her where it hurts. And then he played all of them. I said, oh, snap. That's crazy. It stressed her out. It stressed her out. She zoomed off. I don't know where she went because then it was too late. It was too late. The damage had already been done. He destroyed all the portals. And now what is the backup plan? Backup plan is now we're going to just portal Galactus somewhere. We're going to just get rid of him. We just got one portal. We're going to lead him here and get rid of him. We're going to use the Mole Man people because I guess there's an underground somewhere. I don't know how you have underground in New York. I guess he's friends with the rats. I don't know. We're going to hide all the people in there and then we're going to bait him with the baby. Let me let y'all know. Sue, in this moment, I saw malice. I said, ooh, girl, you are acting. You acting. She said, no. And I said, oh my God. Yes. Yes, you can turn evil. I said, in another timeline, this is when she turns evil because Franklin died. So anyways, Sue disappeared. She was out of there. I said, ooh, and let me let y'all know, there's too many times he done been trying to use Franklin and stuff. And I questioned him a little bit on his parenting. I don't know. Sue came around and said, all right, bet I'm trusting y'all. And they said, we got you. We're not going to let nothing happen to this baby. So they put the baby in the middle of the little portal pod section. They said, all right, as soon as Galactus steps on this, we're going to get him. We're going to get the baby out right before. All right. So I said, okay, all right, this plan not going to work. Galactus, I feel like he got to be a little smart. He eat the worlds. Maybe when he eat the worlds, he get knowledge. I know nothing. Galactus started walking through the city. All right. And he just or farming at this point because he just walking slow. He ain't got no rush. He see the baby. Zoop, zoop. I said, okay, bet. So he get there and then he's like, oh my God. And then Johnny get the baby out and takes him to Herbie. I feel like Herbie should have some powers. Okay. I'm just saying he can clean the stuff, build stuff. I think he needs some powers to protect folks, but I digress. Anyways, Galactus was like, doom, doom, doom. And he said, scoot, scoot, scoot. Like, oh no, reversal. He said, clever little beings. Doop, 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 doop. And started walking to his Franklin like, y'all thought that was gonna work. Y'all gonna put an empty basket. Y'all ain't even put no little basket emanating Franklin rays or something. Clearly, he can see in the stomach to see the baby. He know that's not the baby. So he starts walking to Franklin. So he's like, he's going towards Franklin. Now, they got the car. I don't know about this car. I don't feel like it's faster. I don't know why Johnny just didn't go to Franklin. Go, you make it faster. I don't know. They start fighting him, all of this stuff. Galactus getting the baby in his hands. And he's looking at him. And I was like, and the baby crying. I'm like, is he going to eat him on screen? I was like, well, this might be crazy. Is he going to eat him on screen? I was like, oh my God. I was like, Jesus. I thought Franklin was going to go, whoosh. I thought he was going to do something. Franklin didn't do nothing. So I said, okay. So then Franklin about to get eaten. Reed comes up there trying to, and now she's just slowly pulling Reed apart like Laffy Taffy. It's kind of crazy. Somehow they turn the portal on, and then like Sue was like, and I was like, okay, Sue. I'm like, this girl is strong, and let me let you know, ain't nothing stronger than a mother's love. Okay, ain't nothing. We got Sue up there, and then we got Harry Potter mama. Okay, Lily. Nothing more powerful than mama's love. I said, I fully believe that she did this. I fully believe that she was and like pushing Galactus towards this portal. I said, yes. And she's like, Reed's like, no, it's killing you. He said, shut up. Save the baby. Save our baby. All right. At this point, the world could have been saved if we was going to give it up. Save the baby. Save the baby. He's like, okay. So then Johnny, W mother effing Johnny. Okay, Johnny said, boop, tell Franklin I love him. I said, oh, no, Johnny, no, Johnny, no. Johnny, no. Johnny was about to zoom in there and kill himself to save the baby. I was like, Johnny, no. And then what happens? Smacks Johnny out the way. I said, oh, Silver Surfer's back. She came and she pushed Galactus into the portal. I said, oh my God. That's a real one right there. That's a real one. She said, you know what? You right. I done effed up everybody else for my planet to be saved. She decided, I'm going to redeem myself and I'm going to save y'all and push Galactus in there. I said, yes. So, wait, the point is, she pushed him in there. And then shoot, portal's going. I said, what? At this point also, before this happened, I thought they was going to run away from Galactus. Okay? I was like, this plan's not working. Once he found out that the baby wasn't there, he ran away. I thought they was going to get the ship and they was going to leave and come to the Earth like a Thunderbolt scene. No. So Galactus is on another planet. It would take him millions of years to come back. I guess. I don't know. I don't know where he's at. I don't know. Maybe they sent him to Earth and who knows? Who knows? Anyways, let me let you know. Sue used all her strength and her life force to push Galactus. She used every bit of her love and self to push Galactus into the portal to save the baby. I said, Sue. She lying there dead. They're like, Sue, no. He tried to kiss her. Reed. She'll wake up. Ain't no true love's kiss. No. Ain't no true love's kiss. No. So then the baby's like, oh, Bobby. And then they put the baby on her. Then the baby was quiet. And so I smiled. I said, now, baby, why are you smiling? Your mama dead. Your mama dead. The mama's not dead. He put the little, his hands glowed. Next thing you know, that baby done brought the mama back to life. She said, I said, let's go, Franklin. Okay, Franklin. I didn't know this was in your power set. All right. I didn't know. And this is why Galactus wanted to eat you. This why. And then she kissed them, and everybody was like, oh my God. And then all the people came up from Mold World and was like, yay. Oh my God, we're alive. I was like, F y'all. F y'all. I better be a trillionaire by the end of this. Okay. By the end of this, because I died and I came back to life to save y'all. Gonna introduce him as a Fantastic Five. They got a little suit. I said, that's cute. They said, absolutely not. I said, but y'all should, because now it's 5 of y'all. The baby gonna be there regardless if you find or not. Okay. And so right before they was gonna get on the show and present the baby to the world and stuff, the new Fantastic Five, they get an alert, and they got to be out to fight crime. I said, okay, bet. So they open the curtains, boom, they're not there. They got to get in the car. They got to put the baby in the car. Let me let y'all know, car seats are tricky. I fully understand. Car seats are tricky. Now, that car seat should have already been in the car. So I'm a little confused when you just sit the baby in. I don't know. And they got too much technology. They need to figure that out. It took them way too long. The city could be half dead by now, the way it took them. And Sue's just like, and she knows she could have fixed that seat in like 2 seconds. Why it took them 5 minutes. Anyways, that's how it ends. They zoom off. and it was the end. I said, this movie was fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Let me let you know. Very good movie. First deleted scene, Doom comes and finds Franklin, and Franklin touching on his face. And Sue was like, oh. I was like, oh, snap. So now this is how they get to 616. All right, baby the baby, he still's the baby. But how he jumped worlds? You know, I don't know. All right, there was no mention of Doom, I don't think, in this movie. I don't know if there was either Easter eggs, Victor, or anything, because how Doom get his powers? Don't he get his powers when they get their powers? I don't know. I don't know anything. Y'all let me know in the comments. Okay. But let me let y'all know what I did enjoy about this movie. All right, I enjoyed Sue. Sue was not to be messed with. She was not a weak one, and I like that. Okay, I liked Reed trying to use the science of it all to figure out stuff. I love that because he's supposed to be big brains, and y'all know we all about big brains around here. Okay, I like that he doubted himself. He was worried that he was missing something. He wasn't doing all he could. I love that. I loved Johnny's little smart side, or not even smart, just logical, trying to figure out stuff. I like that. He wasn't just a pretty face. Then I liked Thing. Now Thing didn't get as much action. Let me let y'all know that his clobbering time scene was absolutely hilarious to me, and I loved it. Ain't do not a goddamn thing to Galactus, but I loved it. I loved the bearded Ben when he let his face grow out because they were on an energy consumption thing. Funniest thing to me. I just was cracking up every time I saw him with a beard. And he kept it. I said, that looks good on you. Bring it to Rivals. Bring it to Rivals. And then bring me her a new team up where she could just push people and kill them into a portal. I like that. That would be fire to me. Rivals, if you're listening, do that. I very much enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the addition of Franklin. I didn't think he was going to be so early. I think he's a super fast growing baby. So I don't know about that. So maybe by Avengers, he'll be a teenager. Who knows? Galactus, he seemed a little scared, but he wasn't like, I'm scared of him, because I just feel like he should not have been able to go in the portal so easy. But again, a mother's love, you cannot beat it. Now, I like Silver Surfer. I don't mind. They made her a woman. I don't care about that. Yeah, I think it was great. I think it was a great step for Marvel, especially with everything going on. I see the lead up, you know, I'm here for it. It surpassed my expectations because I really didn't have any. I was not like, yeah, but I was also kind of excited after talking about it with folks. So that's my review. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know if there was something else that you saw that you was like, oh, that's interesting. You know, let me know the things. If there's anything else, please leave it down in the comments. All right. Did you like this movie? What would you give it? I'll give this movie a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10 because it was really well done. And especially with all the movies and shows or whatever that haven't been the best for Marvel lately, I think this was really good. The cast was solid. There wasn't enough fighting. I will say that. I did not get to see a lot of their powers, but it wasn't an origin story. And I'm here for that as well. But yeah. Galactus, he seems a little threatening. You know, I truly didn't know how they was going to get away from it. I just thought they were going to teleport. And there was too many times they tricked me because of that Thunderbolt scene. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. They're going to be a great addition to the Marvel Universe. I can't wait for Doomsday to see how it all plays out. Yeah. So if you like this video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share it out. And until the next one, goodbye.